So the ride of this is so civilized, so composed, and so refined that you almost forget that this is a performance vehicle. That is until you press the drive mode here to sport and push this bright yellow boost button, because it gives you even more power and an insane oh my goodness! Woo! Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is the 2023 Genesis GV60. It is an all-electric hatchback that is new for the Genesis brand and fills out the triplicate of Kia EV6, Hyundai IONIQ 5, and now this premium Genesis model. This vehicle is targeted so much personally at me that I swear somebody at Genesis has been following me around for years, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. This video is sponsored by Electron Portable EV Chargers. Electron supplied us with this 240 volt 32 amp portable charger for us to use, and it drastically cut down our home charging times. This particular charger has a 21-foot heavy-duty cord, NEMA 1450 plug for our house, J1772 for any mainstream EV on the market today. If you are interested in getting a portable charger for your EV and helping out the channel in the process, click the link down in the description below. Starting out here with the exterior of this beauty, this color is called Sao Paulo Lime, and I am here for it for days. I actually had to park it here in the shade to even really capture here on my camera just how bright this color is. It would look all washed out and white if I were actually to park it in the sun. It is bright, it is loud, and I am here for it. If you have been following the channel for any length of time, you know that I love loud colors. In fact, we had a Chevy Camaro SS in a loud yellow about like this not that long ago, and I would have taken that car in a heartbeat. This one, well, this is understated luxury, if you can say that about a car so bright and blingy. Yes, this car is definitely targeted after me. We'll talk about some cool exterior stylings and then move inside. You get the Genesis badge here on the hood that looks very upscale and classy, and then a revised version of the Genesis face and grille because, well, you don't need a grille in the same respects that you would in an internal combustion car here in an electric car. Yes, there is some cooling that still needs to go down to the batteries, but in this vehicle you don't need Genesis massive grille that you get on other products. And you can see there is a lot of solid plastic back behind here. You do get this little triangle here that houses the front camera, and then down here your radar adaptive cruise elements, but very nice front end up here. I really like the contrast of the dark and the light. And then you actually do get some functional air curtains that take air out and around the front of the vehicle. You do get a nice contrast as well with the silver lower cladding on this model, and I think it looks really great. Moving around to the side of the E-GMP platform triplets, these get the largest wheels. We have a performance model here, and this comes with 21-inch wheels wrapped in Michelin 255/40 tires. These are Michelin Primacy tires, Primacy Tour to be exact, and they do the best they can with all the power, but we will get to that here in a little bit. I really like some of the unique styling elements on this, like this chrome strip that goes across the top of the windshield, down the top of the windows, and does a little jagged lightning bolt effect back here over the rear, which gives the rear window kind of this bleeding edge look that goes out over this side of the vehicle. Very interesting, very unique, and not something you see a lot of other designers doing. The designers over at Hyundai, Kia, Genesis are really taking small, calculated risks, and I think it is paying off. And I kind of brushed over those 21-inch wheels, but I think they are definitely my favorite of the three. They look like ninja stars or something very aggressive and cool. I absolutely love them. You can see the LED lighting continues here on the doors from the very interesting and unique lighting pods up front. All these little individual cube and crystals, and you can see those 3 or 6, if you want to count both layers, are your DRLs and your turn signals, and these 4 here are your actual headlights. I really like this updated look of the Genesis 2-line theme that carries around back to the back. No fake fender vents on this one, and that's okay. The hood houses a small storage area, much like the Genesis and Kia, or the Hyundai and Kia counterparts. So I'm not going to show you that. But moving around back here to the back, very interesting styling. Not exactly my favorite portion of the style of this. And to be honest, both inside and out, this black rear spoiler that bisects the rear hatch window reminds me, sadly, and I can't believe I haven't heard anyone else on the internet say this, a little bit of the Pontiac Aztek, but nowhere near quite as ghastly as that vehicle either. I like it. It's funky, it's different, but perhaps not the best looking of the three back here in the back, although it is good enough that I would absolutely take this one in a heartbeat. Get really cool light diffused LED taillights and turn signals, and then some nice Genesis badging here on the back, and more of that lower silver contrasting color down there. And because this is an EV, you don't need tailpipes, but your reverse lights kind of mimic that down below. This does have a power rear hatch that opens up nice and wide and has a very large cargo floor back here. You do get a 3-position spot for your rear cargo shade, and that is because the seats recline. We'll get more into seat comfort here in a little bit, but really like the cargo shade and its ability to hide all your stuff. Mine currently has the charge cord and the vehicle to load adapter underneath this mesh net, which allows you to get to the underfloor storage. And there are actually 2 ways to get into that. Unfortunately, I've got this net attached, but you can actually flip up the side and quickly get into it. If, say, you had some luggage here on this side, still allows you to get into that underfloor storage. Power close button is here on the hatch, and it closes very quickly and nicely. No complaints back here. So let's talk about the key situation here on this car. Genesis is really leaning into technology. Yet another way they are coming after me outside this Sao Paulo lime exterior color that I absolutely love. So you actually get 2 keys with the model, nothing weird or funky there, but the design of them is actually quite cool. I'm going to bring it up close to the camera here. It kind of has a quilted diamond pattern to it that is really awesome and nice, and then all of your buttons here are along both sides. I did mention there are 2 keys, a black one and a white one, and as you can see behind me, it is a proximity key that as you bring it near to the vehicle will unlock the vehicle as you get close, pop those handles out, and allow you to get in. But I want to show you something that is in no other vehicle, and that's the fact that you don't even need this key. The vehicle is currently locked because I have taken the key away. Now, I say they've leaned into technology. We've seen phone as a key for quite some time. I don't actually have my phone on me because this doesn't use phone as a key, because what if your phone is dead? What if you've lost your phone? What are you gonna do there? Well, my key cannot be lost because it is my face. Right here on the B pillar there is actually a biometric camera that when you set up this vehicle, you can set up your face with the car and it will learn who you are. You just come to the side, press the lines on the door here, the camera starts spinning, recognizes me, and then opens the vehicle. Very awesome. But you may be saying, okay, so you could get into it. Big whoop, you still need to have the key to get in and drive it. Well, no, you don't. Inside there is a fingerprint reader that you also set up with your biometrics. Put your fingerprint on there, it recognizes you and says the vehicle has recognized you through its biometrics and is now available to start. I have attempted this on multiple occasions without fail and feel very confident hopping in this and driving it anywhere, leaving the key at home because I don't even need it. Very cool, very updated tech, and definitely targeted after me. So outside we have that Sao Paulo lime color, bright in your face, and I absolutely love color. If you can't tell by what I'm wearing today, I also absolutely love navy blue, and that brings us very nicely into this elegant, understated, but with a splash of color interior because everything is covered in this navy blue leather, from the steering wheel, the dash, the doors. The doors even have this suede-like inset in navy blue as well, with a reflective strip for at night if you leave your door open. Gives a nice pop of contrast that you don't normally see in the segment. There is nice accenting throughout with metal, very interesting and unique design throughout. Doesn't look like the Kia and Hyundai twins that are now triplets on which this is based, and doesn't exactly look like anything else in the Genesis lineup. Very funky, very cool interior. And did I mention that Sao Paulo lime is brought back in through the stitching? Just a nice little tie-in to what is outside this vehicle. Hopping in and closing the door, it is a very quiet, comfortable cabin in here, and you can see just all of the beauty that is around me, and I absolutely love this navy blue color. You can see down here, this is my gear selector, and I really can't do anything with it because it is an orb, but push button start right over here. I'm going to put my finger on the fingerprint reader because the key is not on me. It says authenticated, can now be started. Push the button here and you will see this orb come to life. And now it is a very nice and my favorite of the three gear selector rotary dial that can be very easily selected for your right gear. I really like the texture here on the metal here on the center console that is also on the dash here and on the door panels. It really is a cohesive look all the way around, and this of the three vehicles is my favorite center console because you get the dial shifter here in a better material than the Kia and not column mounted like on the Hyundai. I really like that. Allows you the knob for accessing your infotainment and allows you your climate controls and some other infotainment buttons right here. I really, really like the use of this. And you also get hard buttons down here for your heated and ventilated seats, your parking camera, heated steering wheel, and the like. These cooled seats, unfortunately, do not stay on. If I were to turn the car off and back on, I would need to press this every single time. Perhaps my only nitpick of the interior in here. Moving over here to the glove box, I sometimes mention the glove box, but could not overlook it in this one. It is actually a drawer. It actually pulls out so that the passenger is not banging their knees every time it is opened while you're here on the passenger side in the GV60. I really like it and provides quite a bit of storage back there. Very interesting and unique storage options up front here. The center console is a little small thanks to the placement of the Qi wireless charger, but we were able to get a bunch of junk in there nonetheless. There is the storage underneath the front up here, and there is even a hidden sunglass holder down here to go with the not so hidden sunglass holder up here. Like that a lot. And then again, underneath this floating bridge, you actually get a complete pass-through storage all the way back to the rear that just has this little net so stuff does not go rolling around, because you just have an open floor in between the front two passengers. Really nice, really cool storage options there. And then up here you get some more controls, as well as the option to open your dual shade, very deep tinted center or glass roof. This does not open, but I really like how Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis products really dark tint their glass roofs so that you do not get hot. We actually left this open in the July Texas heat and went inside for hours, came back out, and the vehicle was not too hot. I have to talk about the suede headliner in this. It is very nice and actually goes all the way back from a pillar all the way back to the cargo area back in the back. They did not cheap out on this headliner either. It is very, very nice and luxurious. Moving to the back seat of the GV60, I'm sitting behind myself at 5'10", and I have plenty of room. There is leather on the back side of the seat, but back where it really matters, where your kids will be kicking, hard plastic, as well as hard plastic storage down here beneath. You do get B-pillar mounted air conditioning vents, and that is again because of the large pass-through here on the center console. Get more nice upscale materials back here. They definitely did not cheap out, including cup holders in the doors, more of that metallic trim, heated outboard seats, window lock controls, door lock controls, window controls, and manual sunshades here on the back windows to help keep your rear passengers nice and cool. Very nice storage back here, and you might notice I am sitting a little upright. This does actually recline and does a really good job of getting you comfortable. Under seat foot room here where I am sitting is a little cramped, but this seat does raise up, and I could ride for hours back here without a problem. Storage space back here in the back of the Genesis GV60 is very convenient and easy to use and access. This does have Genesis's smart key technology, which allowed me just to stand back here with the key on my person, and the vehicle noticed that, beeped to alert me, and opened the rear hatch. Allows me to get my full-size luggage back here in the back with no problems, with plenty of storage space on the other side. I could actually get two of these back here, even with the rear seats reclined a little bit, and hit that button to close the rear hatch. Very useful storage space in this, even if it doesn't have your traditional EV frunk. So, setting off in the 2023 Genesis GV60, it's a luxury car through and through. The ride in this is so very nice. The fact that this is a battery electric platform means that there is extra weight down underneath in the actual batteries, which gives this a much larger, more planted feeling than a vehicle this size would typically have. Very similar in ride and characteristic to the Kia and the Hyundai on which this E-GMP platform is shared. All around a very comfortable ride. And in eco mode, which I'm in right now, the power from this does not just overwhelm you. This is, as a performance model, the most performance of any of the three vehicles on this platform as of today, and that means it has 429 horsepower to all four wheels via a dual motor setup, and 446 pound-feet of instantaneous torque, which translates to a whole lot of fun when you are out on the road. You need to get up to speed to merge onto the highway, to past some traffic, whatever the case may be. Here in eco mode, though, it doesn't just feel like a nearly 430 horsepower vehicle. It feels very tame and civilized, but a quick dip of the accelerator and you'll realize you've got some power. I will say that on the steering wheel here, we do have a drive mode button that allows me to toggle not only between eco, but comfort, sport, and my mode. And my mode, you can go into the screen and set up a little bit more, but I can tell you just from hitting drive mode and putting it in sport now, it adjusts the augmented sound in here to bring it just a little bit louder, and it definitely changes the accelerator response. Can't call it throttle response, just had to rewire my brain on that one, but it absolutely feels like it's got all of that power that I just quoted. It is a lot of fun in sport mode, kind of unleashes a beast. Hit this boost button, however, and for 10 seconds you get even more power. Nearly 500 horsepower, 483, and 516 pound-feet of torque, which makes this thing a bright yellow rocket down the road. It is so much fun, and we'll squeal all four tires because those Michelin Primacy Tours are just aching and screaming to hold on for grip. This truly is a one-of-a-kind vehicle from Genesis and will absolutely put a huge smile on your face. I'm smiling just talking about it. It is so much fun because it's just there and ready to go. And that wasn't even boost mode. This car just makes me smile, and it's really targeted after me in my life stage. I already mentioned the bright, loud colors outside, the contrasting colors inside with my favorite navy blue. And that's not even to mention anything like, oh, I don't know, my glasses or my watch. And yes, I did have this band before. My phone, which is an iPhone 12 Pro Max in navy blue with a matching case. And then, yes, our luggage. My wife and I have had this luggage since we got married over 6 years ago. Coincidence? I don't know. I think Genesis is coming after me. But as a father, you can see Tucker's car seat back in the back. This really is the performance vehicle I would want for my family and at my current life stage, because Tucker can ride in the back and he loves accelerating just as much as I do. And while he's riding back there, again, very nice ride in this vehicle. I'm going to put it back into comfort mode because I've turned on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, which have been around a while and can be rough and beat you up in some performance vehicles, but not this one, because it is also a luxury vehicle and does so well here on this rough pavement of downtown Tyler. So this really is a performance vehicle targeted towards me, a millennial father who wants a little bit of luxury and niceties at this stage in my life, but also wants that crazy performance. This vehicle has it. Now, you could be saying, well, just get a Tesla Model Y Performance, which we have actually tested here on the channel. And that is a strong argument. Tesla has the name, the reputation in the electric space, but when it comes to interior refinement and luxury, that is where they've always been lacking just a little bit. Meanwhile, Genesis and this vehicle have recently received JD Power Awards for their quality and refinement, something that Tesla does not yet have. In fact, I have been truly impressed and blown away with every Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis product that has been loaned to us for testing here on this channel. Without spilling too many beans, I do believe that if my wife and I were in the market for a vehicle right now, it would come from one of those three brands. they are just that good. The fit and finish, the panel gaps outside, the materials inside, just the overall cohesiveness of this vehicle just absolutely does it for me. This really is built very well and is a very nice vehicle to spend time in. And there are some unique touches to it as well. So I've mentioned in the Hyundai and the Kia videos about the regenerative braking paddles here on the side. I have discovered a feature of this one. It even has an auto mode to the regenerative braking, which actually uses the radar adaptive cruise control to see the traffic in front of you and will adjust accordingly as you lift off the accelerator to make sure that you don't hit anybody in front of you. Just a nice additional technology touch that this techie really likes. And again, just an overall cohesive, comfortable design that will make you smile when you turn on that performance. I would be remiss if I let it go by without giving you a taste of the active sound design options that you have in this one. So we already sampled futuristic. I'm going to put it back in sport mode because that makes it the loudest. There's futuristic for you. G engine, or as I suspect, gas engine. Kind of has a rumble that sounds like it's coming from under the hood. And then E-motor. That's probably the more traditional, that high-pitched whine that you would expect from an electric vehicle. So some fun choices. Of course, you can turn that all off. And again, that is controlled by your drive mode. So here in Eco or even in Comfort, it is not quite as loud or obnoxious. Speaking of loud and obnoxious, I have been told this color can be described by one, if not both of those words. And it has proven very well to me because driving this around for a week here in Tyler, Texas, more than any other vehicle I have had here on the channel, this thing has gotten questions, comments, and just onlookers from every direction. This thing stands out not only because of that Sao Paulo lime exterior color, but because it is so interesting and unique. While yes, it is built on the same platform as Hyundai and Kia's versions of this vehicle, which I would say both of those stand out in their design as well, this one has got an even more bold look to it. And even though it's got a little Hunchback of Notre Dame or Pontiac Aztec back there in the back, I can even see that spoiler splitting the rear window in my rearview mirror behind me. This thing really does cause people to turn their heads. Those 21-inch wheels definitely help that factor as well. I am going to be sad to see this one go. I do believe I'm going to be sad to not get as many looks and as much attention driving down the road as I have gotten in this one. But it all comes with the territory, and I am looking forward to what comes next. But as for Genesis targeting me and me specifically with this exact vehicle, I truly feel like they have been following me around for years, and I'm wondering when I'm going to get my paycheck for my inspiration of this vehicle. Yes, gearheads, this vehicle is absolutely targeted after me, especially as it is spec'd. I fell in love with the Genesis brand when I first drove one of their products in the GV70, which has won numerous awards and accolades unto itself. This GV60 just takes it up a notch even further. With this bright exterior color, the contrasting navy blue with Sao Paulo stitching inside really sets it off, and the luxurious cabin, quiet ride, comfortable seats, and luxurious tech and features in this vehicle make it one that I would buy in a heartbeat. I, unfortunately, am not the only one making vehicle purchasing decisions in my house. My wife and I make those decisions together, and if you want to see her thoughts on this vehicle, be sure and hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you're notified when that video drops later this week. I'm very excited. She does not tell me what she thinks until the camera is rolling, so I don't even know, as of this, what she thinks of it, but I have a sneaking suspicion. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at GT Garage Talk. Go find our award-winning podcast at gtgaragetalk.com or on your favorite podcast platforms. But until next time, Gearheads, bye. Here we go. Boost engaged, boost ready. Go! Woo! This thing is a gas. Oh my goodness. If you want to smile, get a GV60 Performance. Oh my goodness. I've had this plastered on my face every time I get behind the wheel of this thing. So good. So good.